secret ways for you to go on Instagram that I'm pretty sure you've never heard of. And I know this because I've been doing my research because I'm on my own Instagram glow up journey. And when I've come across these tips, not only have they surprised me, but also they're working. So let's dive into the first tip. Before we get started though, it's worth noting that this video is sponsored by Storyblogs, more on them later. So this first hack I'm calling New Feature Blitz. It's born from the knowledge that Instagram releases a lot of new features on a regular basis, and they tend to favor those who adopt these new features. For example, Instagram's new editing app, the notes feature, broadcast channels, etc. Instagram tends to pay extra attention to people who are utilizing their new features. The reason for this is because they need to study how these features are being adopted, right? So they're looking at you, if you do try this hack, they'll be looking at you to see how you're using this new feature that you're focusing on, whether people are responding to it, whether there's any changes they need to make, etc. As a result of them paying extra close attention to you and your content, you might start to see a spike in your content's reach. Let me give you a classic old example. This is one of the best examples of this happening, right? Back when Reels were new, really cast your mind back a few years, the creators who jumped on Reels and used them regularly through their content were the ones who thrived. They were growing by tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of followers every single month simply because they were the early adopters for Reels. Instagram were paying close attention to their content to see how they were using Reels and what the response was like. And they were also purposely pushing their content out to more people because they wanted more people to use Reels. Do you see what I mean? It's kind of like cyclica. Oh, I don't think that's a word that I've ever used out loud. It's the correct word though. It's cyclica, right? Is that the word? I mean, I don't even know how to bloody spell that to check. Cyclical. It's cyclical. Was I just saying cyclica? Circular? Oh God. That's got to be one of the worst mistakes I've made with a word on camera before. Let's just brush past that. The point is, if you use new features, you'll potentially get a boost from the algorithm. Now, where this hack really comes into its own is the idea of doing a new feature blitz. So this is you adopting a new feature by Instagram within weeks of them announcing it, and you using it every single day, or at least as often as you can, for 30 days, right? So you set yourself a goal, you're gonna use that feature every single day for the next 30 days, and then you're gonna stop, review the results, and see if it had any impact on your growth. This is a great hack because it encourages you to not just try these new features, but to really go for it, like to really hone in on them. This is going to increase the chances of you getting the benefits from Instagram in regards to them noticing the fact that you're using these new features. Also, as a side note, the ultimate hack for getting good at something new or for getting good at creating content on a new feature is to do it regularly. So that's just another reason why this hack would work really well. Speaking of new features, this next hack is a juicy one, and it's all about trial reels. Now, trial reels were released a few months ago, and it's based off the idea that creators want to test their content out before sharing it to their audience. Enter trial reels. Trial reels allowed you to upload new content and share it only with people who don't already follow you. So your trial reel will be shared to a small group of people who aren't already your followers, so they're likely new to your content. And then your analytics will tell you how those new people responded to your content. The idea is that you can look at those analytics and think, oh, okay, these new people actually really liked this reel, so I'm going to publish it so it's available to everyone. Where the hack comes in is you use trial reels not to test your content, but purely to reach new people, because that is what trial reels does, right? So you upload something new, knowing full blown well that you're not going to share it with your existing audience, which honestly, now that I say it, feels a bit mean to your existing audience. But regardless, you upload a piece of content that you already know is great, but you're doing it as a trial reel because it forces Instagram to share it with new people, which in turn can help you grow. In addition to using trial reels this way, a lot of creators are also repurposing their older videos, uploading them as a trial reel so that it can reach an audience beyond those who originally saw that piece of content. A slight caveat I will mention there is that Instagram have always said that it will deprioritize unoriginal content. And for a lot of creators, that means that reposting content that already exists online is usually a bit of a no-no. But if you're doing it as a trial reel, you don't really have that much to lose. Now, back in June 2025, Instagram actually came out and said that trial reels have helped creators significantly increase their reach. Now, word for word, this is what they've said. After trying trial reels, 40% of creators started posting reels more often, and of those who did, 80% saw an increase in Reels reach from non-followers. All of that to say, if you've not used the trial Reel feature yet, now's your chance. Maybe you combine this hack with the previous hack and you do a new feature blitz and you upload tri Reels every single day for the next 30 days. Then you take stock and figure out the impact it has on your channel. If you do that, or if you use any of the hacks in today's video, I would love to see your results. Make sure that you DM me at Jade Beeson. The next trend is one that I absolutely adore, and it's all about using stock footage in your Reels. Now, if you also consume my YouTube advice content, then you will know that I have been an advocate for using stock footage in your content for a very long time. What I've realized recently is that I failed to explain that it doesn't just have to be in YouTube content where you use stock footage. In fact, it can sometimes be even more powerful to use it in your Instagram content too. Now, before I show you a real life example of how I utilize stock footage in one of my recent Reels, I do need to make sure that you know the best place to go for your stock footage. And that place is Storyblocks. Now, Storyblocks is a stock media subscription service that offers unlimited access to high quality stock assets such as videos, audio, special effects, photos, honestly, the list goes on. Now, unlike traditional stock media platforms, Storyblocks has an unlimited model, which basically means that you get access to unlimited, high quality and diverse media, all for one monthly subscription cost. Now, here's an example of a Reel that I shared recently. As you can see, within seconds of the Reel, I use 3 different stock media videos, right? You can probably tell because they're incredibly high quality and also feature locations that I'm definitely not filming from. Like, I film in London. I don't even know where this is, but it's gorgeous. Now, I received multiple comments underneath that video asking questions like, what's your setup? How do you edit? How did you make this, etc. And I'm here to tell you that one of the main reasons why this video looks so incredibly high quality is because I utilized high quality videos from Storyblocks within the first few seconds of this piece of content. And you can very much do the same. When you sign up to Storyblocks, you get access to an authentic stock library created by real artists. This means that you're able to create more powerful stories by using different assets that have been produced by humans around the world. Every single asset that you find reflects real experiences crafted with the utmost intention and creativity. So if you want to use this hack and start utilizing stock media assets to improve your content on Instagram, I recommend heading to storyblocks.com/Jade Beeson so that you can get started with unlimited stock media downloads at one set price. The next hack is all about carousels. I feel like I've been talking a lot about carousels recently, and that's because they're making a comeback, and oh my God, I'm so happy about it. Carousels are making a comeback in the sense that they are now being used as a key growth driver for creators. The head of Instagram, Adam Mosseri, has repeatedly explained that carousels can be amazing for growth and reach because each slide of your carousel presents creators with a new opportunity to reach a new audience. An example that I've always used and I'm going to use again is if you follow me on Instagram, if you don't, what you're doing, go ahead and follow me. It's at Jade Beeson. If you follow me on Instagram and you open up your homepage, you might see this slide from a recent carousel and you might not engage with it. The next time you open your Instagram though, you might see this slide. This is the next one. The next time you open your Instagram, you might see this slide. It's the third one, which means I have just been given 3 amazing opportunities to capture your attention. Hopefully I've not wasted those opportunities and at least one of those slides caught your attention, you know, but regardless, I've been given the opportunity to reach you on multiple occasions, which means if you upload a carousel and it is 20 slides long, because you can upload carousels with 20 slides now, and you really put some effort into each of those slides and ensuring that each of those slides are an opportunity for you to capture someone's attention, you are likely going to receive a lot more engagement on your own carousels, and that is going to lead to you getting a lot more reach. If you don't know how those things lead to growth, let me just quickly break it down. The more engagement you get on a piece of content, the more Instagram will push it out to new people. The more new people who see your content, the more likely it is for you to get new followers, right? That's how the process works, and that's why carousels are having a real moment. Now, the hack is to recognize carousels for the powerful, powerful beings that they are. And the next time you sit down to create a carousel, you make sure that every single slide is crafted to capture someone's attention and not just the first slide. Last but certainly not least, this hack is all about creating your own signature series. Now, this one's not for the weak. You have probably seen a lot of people creating a signature series online, and you would likely have seen that a lot of people have grown from it. It is an incredibly powerful hack. It basically involves you creating a series of content that is all themed around one thing, often around a goal, and sharing this content on a regular basis for the length of this series. I see a lot of people doing like a day-by-day monthly series. So the series is titled something like Get Myself Out of My Rut in 30 Days or Less series, right? So every single day, they're going to share a piece of content which breaks breaks down the things that they've done that day in order to reach their goal. You might be thinking, Jade, didn't you used to tell us to create series back in the day? And the answer is yes, I did, but these are different. These series, like the example that I just shared, are usually sharing someone's journey in real time. So a lot of the time, it's literally documenting someone's journey to reaching a goal, or at least the really successful series are doing that, right? Also, a signature series goes beyond like, come back in for part 2. It's not you sharing a few tips and then saying, I'm going to share more tips tomorrow. It's about telling a story through a series of content that continuously keeps people coming back. It is not an easy thing to do, but if you master it, it is incredibly powerful. Oh my God. I've seen people grow their account by hundreds of thousands in the space of months as a result of doing this, right? Out of all the hacks that I've shared today, it's definitely the hardest hack, but it's probably the most effective. And do you know what? Let's all help each other out. If you have recently launched a signature series, let us know in the comments so that if it's a bit of us, we can check it out and we can support you. Okay, so those are my ever so secret Instagram hacks. If you feel like hanging around, I recommend watching this video. It's all about the best tools that you can use to manage your social media channels. So we're talking scheduling your content, automatically posting your content, looking at your analytics, all of that. I compare 3 of the most popular tools and I tell you which one you should be using. Do not forget that if you want to get access to unlimited stock media downloads at one set price, you can head to storyblocks.com/Jade Beeson, or you can click in the link in my description. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I cannot wait to see you in my next video.